Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. So, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys this morning about some stuff that's happened just recently on YouTube. And, well, I want to talk about it because I feel like it's really important and I want to share with you guys my experience and my truth. So, first, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, check the bell notification, and, you know, all that good stuff. I really am excited about my channel growing, and I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of that. So, let's get into this video. So, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but I'm half Mexican and half Italian. My mom is full-blooded Mexican, my dad is full-blooded Italian. And, growing up, I experienced like a lot of prejudice and just flat out just racial slurs directed towards me. And I'll talk about some of those, you know, here in a second. But I think I've really shared a lot of how when I grew up, when I was younger, in some of my story times about my addiction. And so when I was growing up, I grew up in a small town, all white. There's like 3 black people in the whole town. Real talk. Like, I'm not even joking with you guys. And, and there was like 3 Mexican girls. Like me, Jessica, a girl named Jessica, and a girl named Trina. And then there was like a couple Mexican guys. And I've always identified as Mexican because I look Mexican. I'm brown. I get super tan during the summer. You know, my dad's Italian. But I identify as Mexican. Because that's the way I look. And I haven't ever been told not to do that. Like, my mom is like, yeah, you're Mexican, you know. So, when I would grow up and I would go to, when I was in, like, grade school, all the way up to high school, all through my school career, I experienced kids calling me taco, burrito, beaner, spick, wetback, and I would cry, you guys, because I didn't understand why people were treating me differently until I got a little older. And I remember coming home and talking to my dad about it and saying, you know, like, they're calling me these names. And my dad was like, Nicole, I promise you, in a couple of years when you get up there in like 10th grade, the girls will be going to the tanning bed to get tans like you, and you have it naturally. You're just a beautiful girl, you know, and he would try to make me feel better like that. But what was happening is I grew up in a small country town, and parents didn't teach these parents spoke like this in front of their kids. These parents talked about racism in front of their kids and said the N-word in front of their children and called Mexicans beaners in front of their children or anyone of Hispanic descent, you know. And so it was like normal for them to talk that way in front of their kids. So it was normal for their kids to come to school and talk like that. And it was normal for their kids to grow up hearing their parents talking about other races, you know, in a negative way. And it wasn't normal for me. Like, we didn't talk like that in my family. My dad and my mom, you know, have a lot of different friends from all different races. And to be quite honest with you guys, like, I never was, like, told that because a person was a different color than me, that they were different than me. Because I was brown. Like, I've always been really tan, you know. So, I mean, I started to realize I was different when I got into the grade school and people started calling me, you know, names. But it still didn't make sense to me until I got older, what was really going on. So, with that backstory, I wanted to get on here, and I know, like, I've never talked about any of this beauty community drama on my channel before, but I wanted to talk about it because it really touches my heart and makes me kind of upset too when I see people faking like they are pro people of color or pro, you know, pro different, just acting like they support minorities when they're white, and when in all reality they really don't. Or they're just doing it because they need views, or they need support, or they need people to jump on a bandwagon with them. So lately here I've been like, I love watching makeup videos, you guys. Like, I love it. Like, I love doing my makeup, so I really love watching makeup tutorials, any kind of makeup videos. So I really follow a lot of beauty gurus on YouTube. So I follow Jeffree Starr and I follow Thomas Halbert. Well, recently in the beauty community, it has just been imploding with drama, and Thomas Halbert is a younger influencer. I think he's in his 20s, early 20s, and maybe even 19. I mean, he's young, and he is white, and he's just now hit like 500,000 subscribers, and he is known throughout the beauty community for just being problematic, okay? Like, if you can go and look on his channel right now and see some of the videos that he makes are like full face of makeup products I hate, full face of products that the brand owners hate me, just like stuff that he knows is going to get a reaction. And then I also follow Jeffree Starr, who has known to be problematic in the past, who has known to be racist in the past. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, you guys, but like, I forgave Jeffree Starr, and I believe that he really wants to be different, and I believe that he's changed, especially after watching his Shane Dawson documentary videos. I feel like that like let me into his life, and now I get to, like, I see a new side of him that now I can understand. Like, there's no excuse for racism, but I understand that, like, he's scared, he's full of fear, and he uses those things as defense mechanisms. And I can relate to that because I do that too. And for some reason, Jeffree Starr is just so relatable to me. Like, the fact that he's built his brand and he's built his empire from the ground up, and he still keeps it real. I really like that. Like, I like him a lot. And I liked Thomas Halbert too. I really like watching his videos, even though he's extremely problematic. Like, I like watching his videos, and I think he's very entertaining. But what I have noticed is that, first of all, Thomas is 20 years younger than me. You know, like, he's very, very young. And I have noticed this, like, self-deprecating behavior from him, where he almost talks down on himself and thinks it's funny. And a lot of kids from his generation, like this last, you know, the kids that are like 20 now, that what is it called, millennial generation, do that, and they are all very sensitive. A lot of them, you know, are mentally ill, or, you know, suffer from addiction, entitled. And I feel like when I watch Thomas Halbert, I'm watching an entitled 20-year-old talk about how hard his life has been, you know. And then I look at how he's living now, and how he, I mean, like, I feel like, there's a disconnect between me and Thomas Halbert. And there was a disconnect for a long time between me and Jeffree Starr. But for some reason, I just feel like, he's truly sorry for using the N-word and using racially charged words and saying those things. Like, I really think that when he was using those terms in his, like, drag shows and stuff like that, and he was, like, in shows with other black women, that he was, like, I feel like he was doing a character a lot of the times. But I do believe that he might have used that, you know, word and other words, you know, in a derogatory way. But I don't know what it is, you guys. I just forgave Jeffree Starr. Like, I really like the dude, especially after Shane Dawson's videos. So maybe I'm biased, and I haven't had as long as a time to get to know Thomas. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is just how all over social media, and this doesn't even go just for the beauty community, this is for all the different communities, there is a ongoing problem with fake friendships. And it's so disappointing, you guys, because when I'm the kind of person that when I make friends, like, I'm here to stay. I'm going to have your back till the end. And what I'm noticing on social media, even in our little YouTube communities, in the recovery community, in the drug and alcohol addiction community, in the communities, as Rich Lux would say, there is just this, everybody is fake. It's all a way to, a lot of people are just trying to use each other as stepping stones to get to the next level. And I haven't been part of YouTube for very long, and I haven't been making YouTube videos for that long, but I have 175 videos, you know. When I was raised up, I was taught to be loyal and respectful, and to go down in flames for the people that I care about. And that's how I roll. And I try to be a good friend, and I try really hard to be honest and truthful with people, even if it's not what they want to hear, because I feel like a good friend will do that. You know what I mean? I feel like a good friend will tell you something you don't want to hear, so that way, instead of hearing it from somebody else, at least you're hearing it from a friend. And I just feel like, damn, these beauty gurus, they're all just so afraid of the next one coming over and trumping them that it's like a cat clawing game. Like, they're just scratching each other's eyes out left and right. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of beauty gurus like Emily Noel, when I get on video, I forget everybody's names. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of beauty gurus who are just damn awesome. And they're good women, and they are good men. And they stay out of the drama, and they do their job. And they're in the million subscriber range, you know? But it's this internal group of beauty gurus, the Jeffree Starr, the Manny MUA, the Laura Lee, the Nikita Dragon, the Gabrielle Zamora, the Thomas Halbert, the James Charles, this Tati, Glam Life Guru, these main influencers that are in the middle, that are the ones with the high subscribers that everybody really, really watches. It's I feel like they're all so afraid that each other are either going to expose each other, or somebody's going to come over and climb over them, and they're going to go. It's honey, you got 5 million subscribers. You're not going nowhere. You guys have made it. You guys are what everyone else is aspiring to be. Just take a step back and realize, you've done it. You have accomplished what everyone else really would love to accomplish, and how grateful you should be, and how, I don't know, I just guess, even my channel is minute. It's I have 400 subscribers, and just to know that I have 400 people that want to watch my videos and that subscribe to me, the gratitude I have in my heart for you guys is so extreme. It's unbelievable. I can't even believe it. And so I guess it just blows my mind when I see these huge beauty gurus just kind of act as if it doesn't even really matter, you know. And the fear, I know it must really be hard to live in fear all the time that one of your friends is going to expose you, you know, but I feel like when you get to that level of celebrity almost, that it's you got to expect to protect yourself and only keep people in your circle who are true and real. And so I just feel like I cannot even believe. Well, no, I can believe it, because I went to high school, and I was with some crazy girls back in high school that would do anything to tear me down. Thomas Halbert went there, and Jeffree Starr exposed him for the manipulating, lying snake that he is. Thomas Halbert is calculated. He is a manipulator. He is mentally unstable. I believe that he has major major mental illnesses. I feel like he needs to go and really get himself evaluated, sit down, get involved in some serious therapy sessions, and take a look inside himself. What's making him feel like he needs to go and team up with POC or minorities to almost garner like sympathy, almost garner like, oh, well, at least I'll have the minority supporting me in my corner. It's like, listen, white boy, you've never experienced anything, you know, that anybody of us has had gone through. So why does he feel like he needs to, like, join forces with minorities? I don't understand that. Like, that puts me off about him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't trust you. Like, you're not really for us. You know, you're just using that as a stepping stone to gain followers and to gain support from other people. Hey, babe. So, I've been watching all this drama, and it's just like, I don't know. I said, I've got to get up, I've got to make a video, I've got to talk about it, because I feel like people that are white, they won't understand. Like, they are going to have, like, the majority point of view, but, like, somebody who is Mexican, Black, Asian, you know, from a minority is going to have a different point of view than other people are, you know. And I think I feel like all the people who are, like, standing against Jeffree Starr aren't even the minorities. I feel like all of us minorities, most of us have forgiven Jeffree Starr, and I feel like he's moving on and he's changing, especially after he made that video with Shane Dawson. I feel like a lot of the people who are holding this racism stuff against him are white, and it's like, you can't even do that, because I don't understand. Like, why do you care? It doesn't affect you, you know. And if you care because, like, you have friends that are minorities, I mean, I can understand that, but it's like, the people who should be really upset and people who need to be forgiving him are the people who've been affected by the racism. And I feel like a lot of people, after watching that Jeffree Starr Shane Dawson video, have forgiven him. So, real talk, I just feel like Thomas Halbert is such a little that dude right there is sneaky snake, and I wouldn't want to even be 2 feet beside him, because I feel like he's already calculating his next move. He's already plotting what he's going to do next. That kid right there, he could be dangerous. And I feel like Jeffree Starr is just trying to live his life, and he has hit that celebrity status, that 10 million followers. He's a musician. He has a huge merch company. He has a huge makeup line. It's like, when you reach that high of celebrity status, people are going to come after you just because they want to gain clout. Just like Thomas Halbert did making this video. He thought, oh, let me make this video. Everybody will hear what I have to say, and they'll go against Jeffree and they'll stand me. Well, it totally backfired on you, sister, because Jeffree Starr saves his receipts. And I am like, heck yeah, that's what I do. I save every receipt. So, anyway, I just wanted to share my opinion on that whole drama, and I hope you guys have a good morning. I know this is different for me. I'm not going to make it a habit, but this one kind of, it was like something I felt like I needed to talk about, because I feel like, because I am Mexican Italian, that I might have a different point of view than other people do. I'm not sure though. So, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming over and checking out my channel, and I hope you guys have a great morning. We will talk when I get home, and all that good stuff. All right, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.